What is up, my uglies? It is Dave Drink of 9000 here, and this is a bit of a different video. Well, I wanted to show off a Minecraft map I've been working on. This I've just had in the background of my mind, like, yeah, why not? You guys probably don't know. Again, I do play Minecraft. I've played Minecraft since like 2014. I've also been making Minecraft FNAF maps since 2015, so how long is that? 6 years? God, wow. Time flies. Yeah, anywho, this map is a bit different. On this side of the story, sidetrack thing, years I've had this dream, like, since, like, 2017. I was really inspired. Of course, I was in the FNAF already by that point, by a couple of years. But I was really introduced to the Rocket Fire and just seeing how all the characters worked and just researching so much about like showbiz and everything. Like, they were fantastic. And then, of course, my childhood, I also went to Chuck E. Cheese a few times. And I just looked back into their whole history and everything. It's just crazy. And just seeing how these animatronics moved. For years, I wanted to make, even though it was one of those dreams, like, you could never achieve, but you wanted to at least try. And that's where I wanted to make my own restaurant. Obviously, for years, I had a joke FNAF fan game, sort of like idea involving, I kid you not, just the Kirby characters filling in the roles of the regular characters, which was pretty stupid. And then they were later changed to look more original to the Kirby characters. But I didn't want to use those because, it's Kirby. That's a dumb idea. That's copyright. But I always had these other ideas of other characters. So I made up some ones here and there, starting off this brand thing with, like, I wanted to do something like, maybe like a barbecue. Maybe like an Australian sort of thing. And what do we have here? And I choose a kangaroo animatronic. Now, there are some controversial picks in here and there. I also mentioned, like a while ago in another video, that I literally was creating a character that was going to be an orange elephant with a purple top hat when I was designing characters, but then I decided to scrap it because I was like, maybe it's not the best idea for this restaurant. Then Pizzeria Simulator came out and brought Orville into the world, and I'm like, oh my god, this is literally the character I'm thinking of. He's literally perfect. So, I just had that idea. And of course there were some other characters. One was, if I remember, it was years ago. I just saw it like maybe 2015, 2016. I remember there was this gator character someone had made, and it just went nowhere. No one had done, it was like Sparky, where, just no one had done anything with it until like later. Except this character was just never used for anything. I don't even remember who made it. It was an old render. And I decided, let's make my own rendition of it. And of course I made some other characters here and there. There was like a purple skunk that was scrapped. There was a dragon here that is used. Then of course Orville, who in this would have a different design, being like an older, I guess like Withered Freddy would be to Freddy, like a predecessor version of Orville. Like, he even has tusks, which Pizza Simulator Orville doesn't. And then there was a Kalala character who named after a friend. Then of course there's probably my favorite animatronic I've ever designed, which is Cider the Spider, which is a really cool character. And there were some others that were like scrapped along the way, like a monkey and a tiger. But over the years, I even going back to stuff here, I even went to take engineering classes for a year and even joined my robotics team for a year at the high school. But then just seriously seeing really all the work going into it to try and actually engineer these characters. It was really difficult. And I pretty much gave up on it for years. And then most of the characters have been left dormant for years. I know I've made references to them here and there, redrawn them, even done in one of these drawings like a more withered versions, like the predecessors, like in FNAF 2, where it's different from their classic variations. Some drawings were never finished. There's not that much left that I have here. But anywho, I decided to say, well, if I'm just giving up on that dumb idea, you know, just making a restaurant with these characters randomly. Of course, you know, there's like legal reasons some of that wouldn't work. But also they'd be extremely complex, like how the frick... I know Chuck E. Cheese did it with one of those, but how the frick are you gonna make a real-life Orville? Yeah, that wouldn't work out. So they just were left dormant. Until I decided, you know what? I like the Kirby characters, let's use them for something. I've always, you know, just thinking about a building of what they could be. Like, what could have been. Of course, the building could have been, like, FNAF-ish inspired. But I decided, eh. And then later on, they were added as the canon characters to MCR, which, if you know, I've already explained a few things. It's like my own, yeah, I guess, multiverse AU thing where a bunch of different characters from different universes all collide and they have different powers and abilities and different pasts, blah blah blah, whatever. They were added into the story. I'm not really going to get too much in there, but as, you know, we're often made Babies as like a sister location to Freddy's when it was opened. Henry made Hoppers, a barbecue restaurant with a bunch of extra characters. And this is where Orville was first introduced, who would be later redesigned as be part of a Mediocre Melodies in Pizzeria Simulator. Now, enough of this weird blurb I've gone on about for like 3 or 4 minutes. Let's look at the map. This map was also, again, designed to look like a FNAF map later on. Because realizing it, I am planning to eventually make a fan game with these guys. So this is like the base map that I made in Minecraft. It's not too crazy. Of course, I don't have textures or anything for any of these characters or models or anything. So, just, you know, just have to make do what we have. And of course, I use the amazing Danny Fox's add-ons all the time. Seriously, go check him out and Adam Taylor. Use their stuff a lot. Their stuff is amazing, quality, and they take so much time to perfect what they do, and it's amazing. So just go check them out. Go download the mod. I put this one in the description. The link to Danny's website to get this. This is just his FNAF 2 pack that I use for textures and for the extra props like curtains, balloons, streamers, stuff like that, tables. So, now I'm going to say, let's get into this video. So now here we are on the map. This is pre-recorded. Again, there's not too much to this. So I'm showing off the front of the building here. And here is a whole layout of the building. So this is more like a traditional pizzeria. There is one vent. There's nothing crazy here. It's pretty simple with some things that look more like an actual building than just a regular FNAF location. Like here's when you walk in. Obviously, here's the amazing posters by Danny Fox. But these obviously are supposed to be representing the posters of the actual characters, not the toys and stuff like that. And right when you walk up in the front, there is a prize counter with all 6 of the characters that have plushies. See them there. And then over here on the right side of that room, you would have a cutout of Hopper. There's a couple of presents there. And then you would go through an area, like, they would put you in, like going through, it's like those things at airports, but they also have them at like Chuck E. Cheese. You walk into the main area. Of course, the arcades would have the characters on them. But then you have this big room, a simple kitchen. Nothing too special, just a kitchen. But it's decently detailed. Not bad. Or the best I could do with what I had. Then there's lots of arcades in this big center stage room where 4 of the main characters are. And they are all on they would be on the stages there. Got like these funny barrels propping up the presents, showing the budget of this place. This would be Hopper's stage. Let's get the sunny background, just a bit of a generic background, but it still looks nice. And then we have Cider, Chloe, and Tater's area. The 3 of them would be sitting on a stage. Then we have the bathrooms area, which has the men's and the women's restrooms, along with a safe room, which obviously this location, nothing really happened with that, so it's just an extra storage room. But every building in the Fazbear chain has one. So in here I just got some extra boxes, endoskeletons, arcades, the puppet box, shelves with extra endo parts, stuff like that. Nothing too special, and you will see a lot of extra rooms only for the employees to go into, like a lot of ones for controlling the lights. Now, this room belongs to a character who had an accident and was just very twitchy, didn't work, so he had his whole area shut down. This is Drake the Dragon. Use these star banners as like in place of like, what is it, like the police tape, or like just a tape blocking off an area. But obviously we can still walk in here. So sorry, out of order. Just a little simple party room with one stage where Drake the Dragon would be sitting on. Of course, I don't have any models, so he's not in there. But yeah, see, it just goes into another room, unlike Pirate's Cove. Then we have this long hallway filled with balloons, and on the right is Orville's area, which is another small party room where Orville will be on his stage. If you can see to the right, there is a room. This is like that with Drake's room and the main stage. They have lights above them, which are the redstone lamps. All have these unique contraptions in their own separate rooms, so you can turn on and off the stage lights. Now, of course, this place also has lights that turn on and off during the day and the night. And there's an area that is completely left in dark, because it's like a place where the main people don't go. It's just for staff. This is the area that goes back behind the stage where you control the stage lights. Like there's Hopper's show light, and then there's a lever for the other 3. More shelves for boxes, monitors, floor sign. Nothing crazy, just storage, extra desk. Nothing much, but yeah, that's just attached right behind the stage, which goes into Orville's room. And then across the hall, down further, there is the back room, which is what I call those light rooms for Drake. There's an extra table and some endoskeleton stuff, not much in there. The lights are currently turned off for him. Most of the doors are human-sized, so that's fine. There's other presents here, except for this one, which came with the mod, which looks really nice. It's a parts and service store. Of course, this is the back room. Tons of endoskeletons, tables, spare parts. Nothing too crazy. Of course, if I had some models, I would stick like some extra heads in there. Maybe some suit on the ground or something. This is the dark employees hallway. It's only for some of the staff. Here we have a storage closet with some shelves. Nothing much on there. And here is the first entrance to the vent that we will see later. So then if we go across the hall, this is stuff we don't see normally in the games, but is more in real life. This is where Henry would be. This is his office. There's nothing too crazy in there. There's a reference to Silver Eyes with the one bottom there. Just a simple office with a desk. Just had some random stuff I just threw in there just to make it not look as empty. And then there's this next room which is completely dark, and I really like it. It's the generator room, which of course has the big generator. There's a few boxes in the back. There's really cool wires everywhere. There's cables. It's really cool. The generator doesn't actually do anything as of right now. And then we have the office with some more arcades, boxes, our desk, a banner up top, and with Danny Fox's down, we have the chair here, which you can actually sit in. Pushing it, there's an extra chair. There's a map of the whole building. It's not crazy big. Now you can see I'm zooming out a little bit. But here's like the office view, which looks really nice. Would be for like the fan game. I do like the lighting here. And then there is the vent that goes back into the storage closet. Obviously it's a lot bigger. There's an alternate version of this map where a lot of those doors have been removed and placed for big giant openings into the rooms so that actual animatronics could get in, like in the add-ons, just as a test to see, hey, this is where they would go. Like I would have like Toy Foxy in Orville's room or something, and maybe Toy Freddy in Hopper's spot. And here, just a little Hopper skin munch. I made this a couple years ago. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this little showcase and ramble about some stuff. And if I do anything, I'll probably show it off. Like it's probably not going to be for a couple of years until I actually get stuff in with the fan game. Of course, I would need to start with like modeling the characters in Blender and all that fun stuff, which will probably take a while. Because again, these are just drawings that have to incorporate into these designs. Now these designs look a lot more FNAF-y, of course. The original ones were a lot more like realistic, more Chuck E. Cheese-like. So these would be the ones that would appear in the games. But yeah, who knows? Might do some other stuff. I might even make some custom plushies of these guys. Who knows? But anyway, gotta go. Dave DeRinco. Peace out, everybody.